Alright guys, hey, it's Andrew from REI Live, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about wholesaling and how to get rid of a property. So if you don't know who we are, REI Live, we are here, we talk all about real estate investing, and we believe that your local market is where it's at. So get connected with your local market. We run a meetup twice a month. We actually did it here a couple days ago at this property that we're flipping. And we will do the next one in I guess 2 weeks at a local hotel. So if you're interested in that, leave a comment, let us know, and we'll tell you how to get connected. But let's get into wholesaling and how to get rid of that deal. All right, so I'm going to talk to you about 3 ways to sell a wholesale deal. Now, depends on where you are, depends on how you're doing your deals. Might just depend on how you do these disposition strategies. All right, so I'm going to talk about the 3 main ones, and hopefully this helps you, because hopefully it gives you a little clarity on what to do when you're out there getting deals. All right, so wholesaling, if you don't know what that is, we've got other videos on that, but short and sweet, that is when you go and you find a deal and you are trying to sell it to another person, sell that contract, sell that paper, which is your interest in that deal. You sell that for an assignment fee or some sort of fee on top. All right, so what I'm talking about when I talk about disposition is, number 1, it's usually the easiest, depending on what state you're in, depending on what attorney you're using or how your deal's set up. This is the one that we do the most. This is primary. This is the easiest. This goes the smoothest, and that's an assignment of contract. All right, so what do I mean by that? It's if I go to Miss Susie Q and I get a contract to buy her house for $100,000, and I find another investor that would pay $110,000 for that deal, well, I will assign my original contract to that investor for a $10,000 assignment fee. All of this gets put on the closing statement, which is the HUD. If you haven't seen one of those, we'll have a little picture of one. How about that? All of this gets put on that HUD, and it's open and available for everyone to see. Your buyer takes care of all those transaction costs. Your seller, they get paid their $100, and you walk away with a check for 10 grand or whatever your assignment fee is. All right, that's number 1. Number 2 is the double close. Now, double closing might be preferred in your area. It might be the only way to do it in your area, or it might be required because of this deal. So double closing for us and our business is usually when there's some weird circumstances. It could be that's a really larger than normal assignment fee, somewhere $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 assignment fee. We might double close that. Unless it's a buyer that we're real comfortable with, they know the deal, we know that they're not going to get their feelings hurt, and a seller that has been versed on everything, they get it, right? If there's a seller that we're not real sure they understand the dynamics of the business, or there's a buyer that's, again, doesn't understand the dynamics of the business, how we might make a lot on one and a little on the next, we'll double close that to save all that drama. Or if the attorney suggests that, or the buyer's bank requires that sort of thing, maybe they don't pay assignment fees. What is the double close? I will buy Susie Q's house for $100. I will sign the paperwork, sign the HUD, sign the deed, and actually own it, but then immediately close and sell it to our end buyer. So that could happen at the same time. It literally could happen one after the other. It could happen a couple days later. We just did one that closed Wednesday of this week. I closed on it on Friday. That was a chain of title issue. His buyer, or our buyer, was using funding from a 401k, a self-directed IRA actually is what it was. So the IRA company required that who he was buying it from be on chain of title, and that's for all of their paperwork, which is fine. So if you need to know more about that, let me know. I can dive into that solo 401k or solo IRA, not solo, self-directed IRA. So that's why we did it there. You might find that this is the way that most people do it in your market. No big deal. The only thing you got to worry about is you're going to have a little extra costs, and your name is always going to be on that deed, and heaven forbid that buyer doesn't come through. Now you have that property, and if you had transactional funding where you got to like pay it back right away, they were only going to leave it there for a day or two, now you've got a little pickle on your hands. So that's a little issue with double close. All right. The third way, which is becoming way more popular right now, we are doing it a lot more, and this is not really a wholesale deal. This is actually just buying it, but you kind of goes in with our wholesale business. That's what I want to tell you about it. The wholesale is the wholesale. So basically, we buy it, we get a deal, a really good deal. We're going to pay Susie Q her 100 grand. We buy it, and we immediately list it for sale. No, this is not wholesale. This is wholesale. This is putting it out for the whole world to see it. And we might put it out a little early, but usually we buy it and then put it out, and we don't do any work to it. So that's why I don't call it a flip. It's kind of like a quasi. It's not really a flip. It's, you know, half a wholesale, half a flip. And we sell it as is. We put it out there on the market for everyone to see, and generally try to close that within 30 days. Again, you could use some long-term funding, some transactional-ish. It's got to, you know, you're going to have to hold it for 30, 60 days. So that is the third way. And guys, there's multiple ways to make deals work in this business. I'm not going into anything, quote, creative. You could do a lease option. You could do a lease purchase agreement. You could do subject to takeover of the mortgage. There are so many different ways that you could close on the wholesale deal. I'm just telling you guys the top 3 quick ways to get the deal done. If you need help with that, just let me know. Write a comment below. You've got our contact info as well. Check out some of the links below. You might get some information there that can help you as well. We're here, REI Live. We'd love for you to like and subscribe to this video, because when you do that, we get to show more people what we're talking about and how they can too make money in real estate. This is an awesome business. This house right here came from a wholesaler, and we did a regular assignment of contract on this one. So that wholesaler made about 10 grand on this deal. You could do that too. So let me know if you need any help. Once again, this is Andrew from REI Live. We'll see you on the next one.